Hey there, Mark Helton here, and thank you once again for joining me today. This video is dedicated to you agency owners and freelancers out there who are ready to revolutionize your business and blow your clients away. If you've been searching for the best solution to offer, buckle up. Because over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can use AI to skyrocket your agency's income. Imagine closing high-ticket deals with local businesses, offering a service they desperately need and want, and the best part, you don't have to be a tech genius to do it. I'm talking about AI agents, the game-changing technology that's about to transform the way local businesses operate. And you, my friend, are going to be at the forefront of this revolution. Stay with me to the end of this video. You're going to be given the knowledge and the tools to position your agency as the go-to solutions provider in your area. All right? So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, before we get into the exciting stuff, let's talk about some of the challenges that you might be facing right now. Does any of this sound familiar? Maybe you find it difficult to find high-paying clients that want to work with you. And by high-paying clients, I'm not talking about six-figure clients. Those are fun. Trust me, I know. I'm talking about decent paying clients that can afford to pay you what it takes to be able to provide the fulfillment that's going to help their company. We're talking businesses that pay you enough to where you could work with a handful of clients a month instead of hundreds of clients a month. Or maybe you feel like you just don't have the right offer. You're feeling like you don't have something that's innovative that people want because you're stuck selling a website, or maybe you're offering printing services, something that you feel like is just saturated. Or maybe you just don't find yourself techie. Maybe the thought of sales processes leaves you feeling overwhelmed, not knowing where to start, confused. And this one is really hard. There's a lot of competition in digital marketing. Everybody is selling some kind of a get-rich-quick scheme to businesses, leads, all of these things, and that just makes it hard. If you're nodding your head, you're not alone. These are common pain points for agency owners and freelancers, and here's the good news. The solution to all of these problems is simpler than you might think, and that's exactly what we're going to be covering today. Now, you want to stick with me to the end of this video because I'm going to hand you the keys to the kingdom, and here's what you're going to learn. Number one, I'm going to give you a proven selling formula. So you'll be able to literally learn a tested approach for selling high-ticket services to local businesses. Number two, you're going to get the perfect client targeting. This is going to allow you to identify and approach ideal clients who need your solutions. We're talking about the ones that can actually afford to pay what it takes in order for you to be able to help them grow and scale. Now, there will be objections. I'm preparing you for that. People are going to have concern, and that's all an objection really is. So I'm going to give you strategies to overcome gatekeepers, objections, all of those things. I'm going to install the confidence that you desire and you need to be able to take your business to the next level and win. So winning strategies, we're going to give you some scripts. I'm going to give you some different tools and hacks that I've personally been using in my business for years to help you scale. Picture 6 months from now, you're offering cutting-edge AI solutions that practically sell themselves. And this is actually really exciting. We're going to get into these AI agents. The way that the technology is advancing, it's mind-blowing. These AI agents are already capable of selling themselves. Your clients are going to be amazed by these results. And the other cool thing is that they'll be telling other friends, their other business friends about you. You're going to be able to have profitable strategies. You're going to have profit literally coming in lean and mean without having to build some large team that just costs every single cent of revenue that you generate to be able to keep things moving. Trust me, I've been there. I know what that's like. You're going to be the local business authority for AI. So when somebody is out to lunch with a friend and they're talking about AI, they're going to say, have you talked to... When they think of AI, your name is going to be coming up. And you're finally going to be confident with closing deals, because you know what you're bringing to the table is actually helpful. And if this all seems like something that is way, way far out in the distant future, it's not. Sounds exciting, right? You're going to get there, and you're going to get there faster than you ever imagined. And that's why we're all here today. This is not a pipe dream. It's a reality within your reach, and I'm going to show you exactly how to grasp it. Now, you might be wondering, who is this guy? Why should I even bother listening to him? That's a fair question. My name is Mark Helton, and I'm just going to get it out there right now. I was bankrupt in 2008. I was in the mortgage business. I was a casualty of that big bubble that popped, the debt crisis that happened, and it literally was just horrible. If anybody here can relate, drop a comment below. But I lost everything, and that had me scrambling, trying to figure out what I was going to sell. I was in the mortgage business, and I went from having something that was very profitable to having no business. So by a stroke of luck in 2010, I fell into the perfect position. Somebody put me on their email list somehow, some way. I'm not even sure how I got there, but I heard that businesses would pay for digital services, which was something I had accidentally got good at when I was running my mortgage business for myself. And so I started offering those to businesses in 2010. By 2012, I already had enough clients to be completely stressed out and figured there had to be a better way. And so I started to offer SaaS, software as a service, in 2012. And I launched, in order to grow Hot Prospector, which is the software we're going to be talking about here in a minute, I launched a white label, which was back then something that a lot of software companies weren't doing. I was one of the first software companies to offer a white label, and I did that in 2014, and so we're going to be talking about today. So what is Hot Prospector? Hot Prospector is an AI sales tool. We have a dialer. It's an AI dialer that boosts efficiency, makes it easy for you to get in touch with lots of leads, of people who are interested in talking to you. It automates repetitive sales tasks. A lot of CRMs, they just give you tasks, says send this email, send this text. Hot Prospector automates that. We now have AI agents, which we're going to be going into today, that will handle selling for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So while you're sleeping, there are agents handling your sales. And one of the things that's really important to me is Hot Prospector had to be the solution, which was a low-cost return on investment solution for small businesses. We work primarily with small and medium-sized businesses. Now, this white label is going to give you the ability to scale fast without having to go out and build it. You don't have to hire a development team, none of those things, but you'll be able to white label these AI agents we're talking about today. We're going to be able to help you boost your clients' sales efficiency, help you offer these dialer and automations to help them save time so they can get this low-cost, high-margin service for you to make money. All right? So let's talk about this revolution. It is here. Why does this matter right now? If you've been watching what's been going on all around you, things are moving at breakneck speed. Things just are changing so fast, and I'm not even talking about in the world of AI. We're talking about the world in general. And that's leaving businesses struggling. They're struggling because they're running out of cash. They're struggling because they need people to help them and all of these different things. And so that's putting them in a position where they have to innovate fast. And they know that AI is the solution. They know that AI can help them get there. They just don't know where to turn. And because you're watching this video right now, you have perfect timing. The people like yourself that get in early are going to dominate the local market because you will have captured the market in your area before somebody else can. So the solution that you're bringing to the table with AI is helping them to harness agents. What they do is perform tasks and they can be chained together to perform very complex tasks, which are going to solve things that normally would require only a human's brain. And so you'll be able to install these into the local business for customer service, sales, tech support, all sorts of things, saving them thousands of dollars. So let's talk about these AI agents, your new sales team. So an AI voice agent is going to provide you with a human-like voice that in some cases is indistinguishable from a human. It's so close, sometimes you can't even tell. You have to really listen. And these AI voice agents can have normal conversations with your prospects. So it's not like a typical phone system when somebody calls in and they have to press all these buttons and stay on hold forever. In this case, these voice agents will answer calls in real time instantly and provide instant support and take prospects through sales processes, book sales calls, book or gather lead information, do live transfers, all sorts of cool stuff can be done by an AI agent. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and pause here for a second. I want you to hear an actual agent for yourself. Check this out. Okay, let's create a AI voice agent. First, we'll click Add New, name it, select our model from ChatGPT that we want to use. I'm going to use the most recent one as well as voice. Open the agent, select our voice.
If you spend your whole life waiting for the storm...
I like this one. Add the greeting. I also would like to set up transfers in case somebody wants to speak with a salesperson. And so what'll happen is if they ask to speak to the specialist, they could be transferred. Set up our prompt. This is all that's needed is just the text. So if I want to use one of the templates that we already have, and we have a whole bunch of templates coming, just go ahead and select the template. You can make adjustments to the template if you'd like. Click Save. If you'd like to gather some additional things during the call, for example, if I want to ask them their name and also book an appointment off hours, I can. Select those, click Save. Now I want to select the phone number that I want to assign this agent to. Select incoming calls, my agent, save it. Let's go ahead and test out
Thank you for calling Skynet Roofing. This is Jessica. How can I help you today?
Hi, Jessica. I'm having some problems with my roof.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mark. Are you looking for a roof repair, replacement, or a new installation?
I need a roof repair.
Can you describe the issues you're experiencing with your roof?
I'm just seeing some leaks coming through, and I need somebody to come out here and fix it as soon as possible.
So you're experiencing leaks and need a reliable repair service. Is that correct?
That's right.
We specialize in resolving these kinds of roofing issues promptly and effectively. Let's get an appointment scheduled for you. What email address should I send your appointment confirmation to?
Can I speak to somebody instead?
Of course, Mark. I'd like to connect you with one of our expert agents who can go over more details and answer any questions you may have. May I transfer you to an agent now?
Yes, you can. And there you go. How cool was that? Now, an SMS agent is going to be able to do the exact same thing for any text message. Now think about it. These messages can be coming in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. These calls could be coming in on Christmas, and your business will be able to handle them. They'll be able to handle any kind of question, schedule tasks, send emails, follow up, all of the things that are causing businesses to lose money right now. AI social media agents, these are going to be handling the engagement that's getting missed right now when somebody sees a post that you've shared on Facebook or Instagram and maybe they've liked it or commented. They can boost that presence by taking that conversation or engaging that follower into a conversation and taking that conversation to a sale. Convincing them now is the time to buy. And what's really cool about these AI agents is that they are multi-channel. So there's a lot of other one-off solutions out there that make it really difficult to carry on a seamless conversation, but these AI agents are multi-channel in a single platform, so you don't have to daisy chain complex workflows and tools together, and that means that the conversation is fluent. That's important because you need that to take somebody through each stage of the sales process to get them from cold to sold. So these are the benefits of Hot Prospector. It is a tool that does not require any coding. You don't have to be a programmer in order to use it. It's drag and drop. Writing a prompt is as simple as creating a set of instructions. We give you templates, and it makes it so easy that you could launch one within 60 seconds. And you're literally going to be able to give an AI-powered sales agent to your prospect instantly. Because our platform is easy to use, it's easy to get started, you don't have to go through a lot of difficult tech training to get up and running. So when you get into Hot Prospector, you are ready to start using it the same day. You could talk to a prospect the day that you get Hot Prospector and bring them into your system and help them the same day. I'm going to go more into these things later, but I wanted to make sure up front that you know we're not here today to try to sell you some overly priced solution. We're going to give you unlimited agents for a flat fee of just $97 a month. That means you'll be able to create and deploy as many agents as you want, drive as many sales, as many leads as you want for your customers for that flat $97 a month. There's nothing out there like it. And because we want to help you succeed, we're here to provide you our expert support. Our team's here to be there when you need help. If you have a question, if you're having a tech issue, we're there to support you along the way. In order to get out there and sell these things, we are going to go through a step-by-step sales approach. My favorite sales approach is cold outreach, but we'll be having other videos along the way here where I'll show you other strategies that you can implement that are going to help you when it comes to social media, ads, things like that. But in this particular video, we're going to talk about cold calling. If you're not the type that wants to cold call, you want to hire a virtual assistant to do that for you. Personally, I do that myself. It's awesome. It works great. They're generating me leads while I just have to go in and handle the presentation, okay? But to get started, the first thing you need is a niche. If you're not familiar with a niche, this is a specific market or a specific group of people that you are dedicated to helping. I've personally found that focusing on a niche is going to allow you to have a much better understanding of what their pain is. And then once you understand the pain and how to talk to them, you can tailor these specific messages that are specifically focused towards that pain. And that allows you to stand out from everybody else that might have a broad solution. So what do I mean by a specific audience? I don't just mean target roofers, for example. Roofers sounds like a niche, but it's not really a niche. The niche is within that niche. So I only help roofers who are in areas where there's lots of storms, because when the storm comes through, they're overwhelmed with requests and they need something to help them qualify and screen all of those people and book them on their calendar. That is the benefit of the niche, because now I know their message, I know their pain, and I know the message. Now, if you're struggling for ideas of how to come up with a niche, the best place to start is ChatGPT. Just go to ChatGPT and take the exercise that we just went through. Give me a list of niches in home services. Now, if I were to drill down into those niches, give me some specific groups within those niches that I could target. And believe it or not, ChatGPT is going to provide you with those ideas that you need. And when you find the one, focus on it. You could focus on one or two. Now, how I picked my idea, I look at a lot of different factors. When I'm starting with the niche, the first thing I'm looking for is the market size. I'm looking at competition. Right now, thankfully, both of those things are really not that important. I like to work with businesses that I already had some experience working with. So my background, I worked in the mortgage business, so I have real estate and mortgage. I've worked in B2B, so I can help in those areas. I also have experience in home services, specifically working with roofers. So my choices are pretty big to help me identify what my niche is. But my suggestion to you is to come up with a niche based off of something that you already know something about. It does help tremendously, especially if it's something that you're extremely interested in already. If you're working in a niche that you know something about and you're passionate about, it's going to come out in your approach, and that is something that is attractive. All right? So let's talk about generating leads. Not just ordinary leads, but hot leads. One of my favorite places to go is a company called BuiltWith. This is a paid solution, and what this tool does is it allows you to go, it's just builtwith.com, you can check it out. I'll put a link in the description. But you can go to this site, you can type in a specific technology or a certain type of software or whatever that somebody might be using. For example, HubSpot. If you type in HubSpot, you're going to see all of the customers that are using HubSpot. You're probably wondering, how do they do that? What they do is they crawl the websites with certain widgets or certain tools embedded into that website that point back to that technology. So for example, if they're using a form or a pixel from HubSpot, that identifies they're using HubSpot. For example, we work a lot with agencies that are with GoHighLevel, GoHighLevel, because GoHighLevel is targeting marketing agencies. So Hot Prospector is deeply integrated with GoHighLevel, and for me, a GoHighLevel agency is a perfect customer. So we use BuiltWith to identify agencies using GoHighLevel, and then our team can do cold outreach to them and say, have you seen Hot Prospector? It is the perfect sales tool for agencies using HighLevel. It is the perfect sales tool or AI sales tool for agencies who are looking to help their customers grow. So that's the power of BuiltWith. It is a very powerful tool, and you should definitely go check it out. Now, number 2 is Google My Business. Google My Business is a gold mine if you're looking for qualified leads, if you know how to use it. And by the way, I have a tool that I'm going to give you at the bottom of inside the description. There's a tool called Lead Dump, and I'm going to give it to you for free. That is a tool that we built that will allow you to tap into Google My Business, get unlimited leads, and it's not going to cost you a cent. So you can get started with that without any investment at all. Now, my approach when I'm targeting Google My Business, and any business for that matter, is to target individual companies that have a high traffic, or that have high traffic. The ideal way to do that from Google My Business is to not search 6 pages, 7 pages deep. Only go after businesses that are in the first maybe 5 pages for the keyword. Because if they're too deep in that search, most likely they're maybe just getting started, or they're not very successful. They're not advertising. They're not doing things that is going to drive eyeballs to their website. And these AI agents are not tools designed to go find leads. They take the leads that are coming in and convert them. And you want to help people that you have the ability to help. And it's easier, trust me, if you target these kind of businesses. So go after those kind of businesses. I'm going to give you a strategy on what to say. Quality over quantity. Those low traffic businesses are so hard to help that it's going to pull you down. Your business will struggle if you go after those low traffic small companies. So just trust me on this. Save yourself the trouble, save yourself the headaches, go after these top tier businesses right out the gates. So now let's talk about mastering the cold call, okay? So first of all, when you get the lead that we have suggested that you get, okay, whether it's built with or whether it's from Lead Dump and you just grab that lead off of Google My Business, you're going to be met with gatekeepers. Gatekeepers are actually your friend. I personally love working with gatekeepers because they know everything about the business. Now that doesn't mean that you're just going to call them up and immediately they're going to want to tell you everything. There's ways that you can use the information that you're able to find online to build rapport and get them to start opening up. So my strategy for getting past the gatekeeper is looking for clues on their website, looking for clues on the internet, looking for different things that I can find that will help me push that conversation forward. If I can find a name online, even if it's not the decision maker's name, leverage that name drop to make it seem like we have some understanding of the business. I'm not saying to use these things to trick them into making them think that you have a relationship with the business owner. I'm saying that when you drop names without saying anything, and they're the correct names, it's going to make them understand that you're not just some normal cold caller that's just bothering them. And it's going to get their guard to go down. So I'll show you a trick to do that here in just a moment, but those are ways to get past the gatekeeper. Also, and actually I meant to mention that in this second step here, something also to keep in mind when you're initially making contact with the gatekeeper, don't overly explain the reason for your call. I know a lot of people are tempted to just say, hey, these are all the reasons why I'm calling, I'm going to help you, and then they think the gatekeeper is just going to open up the gates and say, come on in. No, that's not going to happen. What is going to happen is they're going to now know your phone number and they're going to screen your calls when you call moving forward. They're going to recognize your voice. Instead, keep your conversation brief, get to the point, and at all points of the conversation, always be pushing for some kind of information and then trying to get transferred. Those are the things that are going to help you push that call forward. And don't think that the very first time you call, you're going to get the decision maker. Most people think, oh, if I don't get through the first time, I should never call that business again. That's not the case at all. As a matter of fact, most of the sales that I've ever made have been sales where I had to call to try to get past the same gatekeeper 5 times. So you will learn how to get past them and realize it's not that big of a deal. Gatekeepers are there to help. All right, so another way to get past the gatekeeper is to use common connections, get referrals from other businesses. I use this strategy when I'm talking to another business. I might, if I have a opportunity to ask them, hey, do you know somebody else that might be a perfect fit for this? And that means even if they decide that it's not a good fit for them, at that moment, I'll use that opportunity to get them to refer another business owner. And then when I call that business, I'm now calling as a referral, right? They were referred to me. And so now I can use that name from that other decision maker. You can also get a similar type of strategy by calling businesses that business might work with and asking them for businesses that you could reach out to that are go-to businesses in the area for such and such service. I'll give you an example. Call a supply house and ask them for the top 3 or 5 roofers in the area. And then call and drop the name of the supply house when you make the call and say, I was calling and talked to Bill, because now you can get Bill's name, get all the information. I talked to such and such supply house. They said Bill is the go-to roofer in the area. Gatekeepers at that point are just going to put you through. So these are things that you can use Just don't go in pretending you're a customer. Don't try to be deceptive. Compelling reasons are another way to get through the gatekeeper. When you're calling and they ask you, what is this regarding? You don't want, like I said earlier, to just sales pitch the gatekeeper. Instead, you want to give them a brief reason that they should be taking your call. For example, if you are targeting a specific type of business, one thing we've found that works well is to call and mention that you're on their website and you had a question regarding a thing that you saw on their widget for their web form or something like that. We call and we leverage the widget that's available on high-level websites, and we let them know that we can help them enable AI with that widget. So that's a compelling reason for them to take the call, and it's now, again, not sounding like a sales call because I'm calling referring to high-level, which they use. Maybe the gatekeeper knows, maybe they don't. But I'm calling referring to that specific thing. And unless this gatekeeper is really inquisitive and starts asking a bunch of questions, which most of them don't, that will be enough to get you through to the decision maker if they're available, or get the correct name, and then you can call them back or email them. So speaking of that, gathering intelligence is your number one job when you're on the call. So getting that name, getting that email, maybe it's something you can't find online. You've looked everywhere and you can't find it. Getting that name, getting that email on that call, so when you call back the next time you have it, is the key. When you call back the next time, now you have the name. You don't have to tell them why you're calling. You just call and say, is Mark there? It's Bill. Thanks. And at the end of the at the end of every time I ask for somebody, I always say who I am and thanks. Because when you say thanks, that's it. There's no more questions. It short circuits their brain, and they don't know what to do except for if Bill is there, they'll just transfer the call. So again, gather information, make sure that when you call back the next time, use that information to help you move the call forward. All right, so let's talk about some ChatGPT hacks. If you have the paid version of ChatGPT, I highly suggest you get it if you don't. But you can use ChatGPT to help you find the name while you're making calls. So I have multiple screens. And so on one screen, I've got my Hot Prospector dialer open. And another screen, I've got ChatGPT open. And what I'm doing is I'm putting in the business's website into ChatGPT. Now there's a prompt that I'll give you. If you get into the description below, there'll be a prompt here for this, a link to a prompt. But if you put the prompt in ahead of time into ChatGPT and you put in their website address, it's going to follow this prompt. And by the time somebody picks up, you're going to know the decision maker's name, because what this ChatGPT hack does is it uses the name of the business, the website, to find the name of the business and then identify the business owner's name if it's available on the BBB or even the Secretary of State website. Pretty cool little hack if you are having trouble finding business owners' names. It also can help you identify email addresses. But ChatGPT is my favorite hack while I'm making phone calls to find information, especially if you're using the paid version, because it can search online and do repetitive things that you would normally do with just giving it a simple thing like a website, which most likely you have when you call. All right, so now when you're actually calling and you get through to the decision maker, and by the way, these things, some of these things are going to also apply to when you're making the call with the gatekeeper as well. You have to grab their attention fast. You have about 8 seconds to get their attention. Now, let me ask you this. When you make a phone call and you call the business owner, can they see your face? The answer is yes, because everybody is visual. And when somebody answers the phone, starts speaking, you've already predicted what they look like. So when I call, my intention is to come off professional. I want them to think I know what I'm talking about, and I can help them. And you only have really less than 8 seconds, maybe 3 to 5 seconds to get that across. And the best way to do it is not what you say, it's how you say it. So the hook is important, but the way you say it is more important. Now the hook that you need to use has to be able to clearly show them what it takes to help them get what they want without whatever pain that they might be experiencing or not want to experience. If you can do that, along with have the confidence in your tone that you sound like somebody who knows what they're talking about, you're professional, and you can help them, then the deal is done. The rest of the call is going to go great. That's the key. And you'll notice I'm on a roll today. I don't know what it is. It's these leads. They're perfect. No, it's your tone. It's your confidence. That is what's changed today. You have the perfect tone. You have the perfect confidence. You have the right cadence. It happens. What you need to be able to do is learn how to put yourself into that specific zone. So that way you can always and have the best day. All right. So how do you perfect your delivery? What we're going to do is I'm going to give you a specific blueprint that I've put together that is going to help you make these cold calls. That's going to grab attention. That's going to build rapport and help you convert these leads into customers. So the way we do it is by building this irresistible value proposition. So the value proposition, like I said, everybody has this need that they want solved, but they don't want this pain. And so we're going to give them exactly what they want. Now, there will be objections regardless. These objections you cannot avoid. You can put them into the presentation to try to knock off as many of them before they happen, but you're still going to have some objections. But once you handle those objections effortlessly, then you'll be able to close the deal. Now, the key also is giving them a risk reversal. A risk reversal is helping them feel peace of mind that it's not going to put them in a bad position when they try your AI agents. One strategy with the risk reversal is to let them know that they're going to get X result within X time, or they don't have to pay anymore until they do. So you get them started, they pay to get started, and then once they get to that deadline, you're so confident that they're going to see results by that deadline that you're going to work for free until they do. And that motivates you and helps them to get that risk out of their mind. And that really is what this is all about. You've got to build an offer that is just too hard to pass up. If you give them something that is solving their problem and the risk is gone, and then you throw some sense of urgency, limited time offers work really well for scarcity, or give them some discounts that they can only get if they buy today, like a fast action discount. That makes it really hard to pass up. And if they do pass it up and you've used the blueprint that we're going to provide you, there's a script that I'm going to give you. If you use this blueprint and you provide all of these things at the end of the call, if they said they want to think about it, you are now in a position where you can bring back the fact that they said they wanted X problem solved. That's what you just did for them. And then you can ask them, I thought you wanted me to solve X. Is there something I did wrong? Did I miss something? And now you put them in a situation where they have to explain themselves. Why I told you that if I could get X, then I would be willing to move forward with Y. And now that I've given you X, I can't move forward with Y. See, that's the great situation where it makes objection handling a breeze. You just cut through the nonsense and explain what it is that, or give them exactly what they want. And then when they don't take action, you can ask them why. So how do you handle objections when they come up? Well, first of all, I never fear an objection. They are my friend and they're your friend. So when they come through, you should be thankful because now you get to the point of the conversation where you can actually find out what's keeping them from taking action. So don't be afraid to specifically ask. Now, why is it, by the way, let me just go back here for a second. Why is it that people don't buy when they give objections? The majority of the time that salespeople don't get their prospects to buy when they get an objection and they give them their rebuttal is because they didn't isolate that objection. What does that mean, to isolate the objection? Isolating the objection is finding out the exact true reason why they're not buying. So if somebody says they need to think about it, that isn't usually true. There's nothing they need to think about. They already know if they're going to do it or not. They don't need to think about anything. At that point, you need to identify what's really on their mind. What's holding them back from taking action today? Now, that doesn't, just because they need to think about it doesn't mean that they're not using it as a stall tactic for something that's important and they can't do it today, right? Maybe they're waiting for some funds. Maybe they didn't involve their partner, which is a bad thing. You should have found out in the beginning of the discovery if they have a partner. But whatever that is the thing really keeping them from taking action today. It's not that they need to think about it. So the best way to handle an objection is first isolate and just say, great. So for example, in the think about it objection, I would say that's great. I think it's an awesome thing to do. You should definitely make sure that you take action on things like this in a thoughtful way. What at this point is holding you back from taking action today? Just be specific. Ask them point blank. They'll answer. And if you've built rapport and all of the other things, they will feel like they owe it to you to be open. Once you've identified that true need, now you can solve it and move forward. There's usually only 3 things that actually keep people from buying. It's budget. And that means, do they have the budget, or do they feel they have the budget to be able to take this to the point of where they're actually going to see success? What do I mean by that? If I am talking to somebody and their solution costs $3,000 a month, and let's say I have an excess, my budget is $10,000, but I'm looking at this and I don't see that I'm clearly going to get a return on my investment before I run out of that budget, the $3,000 initially that it takes to get started is not going to be on my mind. It's really, do I feel like I'm going to get a return on my budget or my investment, right? And so budget, it may not actually be the situation. Now, there are cases where budget is just not there. They don't have any money. And if that's the case, you should find that up front before you spend a lot of time. Some people find the best way to do that is by telling them the price up front, which I am not against. And you can use it in your qualification script, which I've used, and I've actually used it very well. Ask all of my pre-qualifying questions up front, and my last question is, now, if I can show you X return on your investment, are you comfortable investing X into your business today? And whatever X is what you're expecting them to be able to invest. And if they say no, at least you know where to start. And I would ask them in a follow-up question before we got on the phone, is that just because you don't have it, or you just want to make sure that I can provide the value that I say I can provide first? Okay? So hopefully that helps you with the budget thing. Now, need, that is a big one. Your job when it comes to prospecting up front is to find businesses that actually have a need for what it is that you're selling. So if you call a business and you can't see the need, then it's really going to be difficult for you to sell it to them. And if they don't see the need, they're not going to buy it. This is another reason why it's important for you to niche down, because then you can address the need before you even call them. And you should have addressed their need before you even call them. The final one is trust. Trust, a lot of people feel like the only way trust comes is by somebody feeling like you have all sorts of experience that you can show them and all of those things. And honestly, I've started so many businesses over the years where I had nothing in the beginning. Nobody, no website, no case studies, nothing. And even today, and that's actually helped me because it's never been a crutch for me, I've never needed to really show case studies and proof to be able to get customers. People, we all have this thing built into us that makes us feel like if we can trust somebody or not. And a lot of times in business, a lot of entrepreneurs will go with that feeling, that gut, especially if they have the ability to invest and it's not going to hurt them. So if you've addressed things up front and you sound like somebody that they should trust, then most likely they're just going to trust you. It does help to have case studies. I'm not saying you shouldn't. It does help to be able to provide proof. I have proof, but I don't have to lean on those. So if you can get the budget, the need, the trust, deals are going to fall, and it's going to be simple. If it's a fit, never quit. If it's a fit, never quit. 2 things. 1, when you're handling an objection, the way to handle an objection is to first isolate the objection, make sure it's the real objection, and you know what you're addressing. Give them your response or your rebuttal. And by the way, I'm giving you rebuttals and responses below as well for booking solid appointments. All of that is provided inside the description. But isolate the objection, deliver your rebuttal, and then loop back around and ask for the sale. This was the biggest thing that I learned early on in my sales career. I was struggling my first job in sales, and somebody told me this little trick, and that is when you handle an objection, ask for the sale. And I was blown away. When I did that one thing, all of a sudden people just started to say yes. So that's the first thing. The second thing, if it's a fit, never quit, is if they can't buy today, don't stop following up with them. If they stop taking your call, then yeah, eventually you'll stop. But send them emails, drop them lines on social media, haunt them until they say stop. Because it's a fit. You never know why they're not responding. Somebody who you spend 30 minutes on the phone with, most of the time, they're not just blowing you off because they're that kind of person. Don't let them go, because that is, hopefully, you've done all the things up front to make sure that's the perfect customer for you. You have now been given the golden ticket. You've received everything that you need to know in order to take AI-powered agents to your local market and help business owners. So can you picture yourself being that expert in your area that's going in to BNI meetings, that's speaking at local chamber events, that's calling and setting up appointments with different types of businesses in your area and helping them with these agents? Can you see how having these AI agents will be able to transform your business, the client's business, and help them get more sales so they can grow? Well, if so, now is the time for you to position yourself as this go-to expert. And so we want to make it easy, super easy for you to do this. I don't want you to feel like you have to make a large investment to be able to build your business. So we're going to give you the ability today to get Hot Prospector and create unlimited AI agents for only $97 a month. That means you'll be able to create multi-channel agents that can take calls, that can handle texts, that can handle social media, all of those things for $97 a month. In order to get access to Hot Prospector now, just go to hotprospector.com or click the link in the description, click on pricing, and sign up. We do have other packages for other types of needs, but if you're just getting started, this is all you need. So what's next? First, if you haven't done so already, subscribe, because I have a lot of other tips. I'm going to teach you a ton of other stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be in another video putting together a strategy that's going to allow you to leverage your favorite social media. I personally use Facebook to drive tons of leads into my business of people who want to buy. So I'm going to teach you that. So you don't want to miss that. The other thing is you want to like this video. So that way Facebook knows, YouTube knows that you like this video, and I want you to keep on seeing these types of videos. And so you've subscribed and you've liked. Next, drop a comment below and tell me what you're facing, what challenges you're facing, because I want to help you succeed, and I can't if I don't know. So I want to put these videos together specifically helping you with the challenges that I know that you're facing. So drop that below. Tell me what you thought of the video, and I'm here to help you with that. Next, don't forget to get Hot Prospector. This is an opportunity that is not going to come again. There's not going to be another situation in our lifetime where you'll have the ability to offer something this powerful to businesses that is going to literally change everything for them. So go to Hot Prospector, get this, and start helping them. It doesn't take much for you to do. Finally, get the goodies and the stuff that I've been mentioning in this video below. There's links. Grab them, use them. They're going to help you when you go out there and you reach out to businesses. So again, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for spending this time. I actually went over the 30 minutes, but I hope that you found it valuable. My goal is to help you grow your business. And so come back again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.